I saw her there recently as well, a couple years ago. Yeah.
Right? It's very strange.
This meeting is called to order. As you are able and willing, would you please rise to recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming. My name is Joe Long. I am the chair of the MSAD 35 School Board. And I want to welcome you all here tonight and thank you for coming. This is the first year in 3 that we've been able to do this. It's good to have you all back. We will proceed immediately to the first order of business, which is Article 1A, to elect a moderator to preside at the meeting. Is there a nomination for moderator?
I nominate Greg M. as the moderator. I'll
Is there-
second.
Second. Are there other nominations for moderator? Hearing none, let's proceed to a vote. If you would all please use your white cards that you've got in your packet. Indicate a vote in favor by raising your hand with the white card. All in favor? Opposed? Mr. M., you are our moderator.
Take the oath that was here.
No, this was my sheet.
There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to take an oath. I, Greg M., swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Maine, so long as I shall continue to be a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my abilities the duties incumbent on me as moderator of the Regional School Unit Number 35 budget meeting on May 18th, 2022, according to the Constitution and the laws of the state of Maine.
Thank you.
Okay, so you sign. I have my pen. And keep that for the record.
Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you for showing up and participating in this budget meeting and electing me moderator. My first order of business is to swear in the ballot clerks who are seated up front here, and I'll represent to the meeting that just a few minutes before the meeting, each of them took a similar oath that I just took and signed this similar oath. So I'll give this to the superintendent to keep. And then I think everyone has checked in with the clerks, and so if you're a voter, you should have a white sheet or a card to hold up when we vote. Elaine Robinson's going to be our recording secretary this evening. And let's see, some other housekeeping stuff. By law, a person who's not registered to vote in the RSU is not allowed to speak at the meeting without consent of 2/3 of the voters. So there are several administrators present who are not voters, but they may be necessary to address questions about the budget. So I'm going to ask for the meeting's just general consensus to permit these people to speak tonight to address questions and provide information on the budget. However, if they wish to debate a motion, I will require a second separate consent from the meeting for them to speak in that regard. But just for answering questions or providing information, I'd like the meeting's consent to allow these folks to speak. Robert Scully, David Creech, Jerry Burnell, Peter Harrison, Rich Buzzell, Linda Greer, Tony Bourbon, and apologies to all of you if I've butchered your names. But for those administrators, is there any objection to allowing these folks to speak to address questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll allow that. So, and just as an overview of how the meeting's going to run, the warrant that was available up front and was posted has the warrant articles that represent the agenda for this evening. This is the business of the meeting, and the meeting can only deal with that business. I'm going to deal with them in turn. I'll ask for a affirmative motion and a second on each article, and then open up the floor for discussion. If you wish to address the meeting, there's a microphone down here in the center that I'm going to ask you to speak, even if you can speak loudly and be heard. The meeting is being live streamed and recorded, so using the microphone is important so that you can be heard to others who are not here. When I recognize you, state your name, your town, and all remarks have to be relevant to the motion that's on the floor. And if necessary, if we have a lot of discussion and we're starting to run long, I'm just going to reserve the right to limit people's comments to 3 minutes per article. And another kind of rule that I'm going to set is that if there are a lot of people who want to speak to a motion, once you've spoken, I'm going to let other people speak before I'm going to let a person speak again a second time. I think that's fair. So any questions, just direct them to me, and I'll find out who can answer them the best. And I also want to let you know that this is a meeting of the legislative body. The meeting decides a lot of things within the law, and oftentimes you get into a situation where debate's going on and it's tends to be repetitive or going too long, and the meeting, each of the voters here has the right to make a motion to end debate and call a vote. So if that comes up and you wish to end debate and have a vote taken on a motion, you just have to make a motion, and motions and seconds, you don't have to come up to the microphone, you can just make them. But if you make a motion that says, I move the previous question, or I call the question, or I'm tired of talking about this, can we vote already? Anything like that, I'll take as a motion like that. And that motion requires a second. We don't debate it, but it requires 2/3 of the meeting to end debate. So it's really up to the meeting. Other procedural things I'll deal with as they come. So I just want to, let's just launch right into this. So I'm going to go with Article 1. Shall the district be authorized to expend $15,243,041 for regular instruction? Is there a motion?
I move the article as written.
Second.
Okay, Article 1 has been moved and seconded. I'm going to open the floor up for discussion. I think someone from the board may want to read an explanation about Article 1.
Yep. This article provides funding for all elementary and secondary instruction, the Gifted and Talented program, and the English Language Learners program. The addition of 2 full-time equivalent teaching positions and increases in salaries and benefits for staff in the current year resulted in an overall increase in expenditures for regular instruction of $363,936, or 2.45%.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on Article 1? Okay, so seeing none, we're going to vote on Article 1. We're going to vote by raise of hands with your white card if you're a voter. All those in favor of Article 1 as written? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. Article 1 carries as written. Article 2, shall the district be authorized to expend $5,842,816 for special education? Is there a motion?
I move the article as written.
Second.
Okay. The person who made the motion like to
Yep.
provide initial comments on this?
Yes, this article provides funding for all special education services. This warrant article saw a significant increase of $292,889, or 5.28%. The main reason for the increase in cost is the addition of an IEP coordinator position and additional ed tech support. The rest of the increase is due to the result of salaries and benefits increases for staff.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on Article 2? Okay, seeing none, we're going to vote on Article 2. All those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 2 passes in the amount written. Article 3, shall the district be authorized to expend $52,400 for career and technical education? You don't have to wait for me to
Yeah,
ask for a
okay, I
motion.
move the article as written.
Second.
And any initial comments on that?
Yeah, this article provides funding for all vocational educational services. Most of our students who participate in this program do so through Sanford Regional Vocational Center, but we send approximately 30 students to Somersworth and Dover for programs not available at Sanford Regional Center. There's no proposed change to this warrant article for the current year.
Thank you. Is there any additional discussion on Article 3? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 3 carries in the amount written. Article 4, shall the district be authorized to expend $1,053,286 for other instruction?
I move the article as written.
Second.
Any initial comments?
This article provides funding for the co-curricular and extracurricular programs, specifically elementary and secondary co-curricular activities and trips, and funding for the MHS auditorium. This warrant article has a $42,308 increase in funding compared to the prior year, or a 4.18% increase. The increase in this article can mainly be attributed to the increases in salaries and benefits and the additional money allocated to the non-athletic co-curricular activities at Marshwood Great Works School, Marshwood Middle School, and Marshwood High School.
Thank you. Is there further discussion on Article 4? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. Article 4 passes in the amount written. Article 5, shall the district be authorized to expend $3,555,183 for student and staff support?
I move the article as written.
Second.
Initial comments?
This article provides funding for all student and staff support services such as guidance, nursing, library, curriculum and staff development, technology, and assessment. This warrant article has a 0.79% or $28,463 decrease in the current year. One of the main decreases was the movement of professional development costs to a grant. Salary and benefit costs, which were formerly charged to these grants, were moved to the local budget under the regular instruction article.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on Article 5? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 5 passes in the amount written. Article 6, shall the district be authorized to expend $1,031,914 for system administration?
I move the article as written.
Second.
Okay, any initial comments?
This article provides funding for central administration, including the school board, superintendent, and business office. This warrant article had an increase of $105,201, or 11.35%. This increase can be attributed to increases in legal services of $31,245,000, and increase in the district's property and casualty insurance premiums of $12,187. The rest of this increase can be attributed to increases in salaries and benefits.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on Article 6? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thanks. Article 6 passes in the amount written. Article 7, shall the district be authorized to expend $1,828,196 for school administration?
I move the article as written.
Second.
This article provides funding for school building administration. This warrant article has an increase of $125,318 from the prior year of 7.36%. The reason for the increase was due to cost of living adjustments and the addition of 2 new part-time administrative assistant positions at Marshwood High School.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak to Article 7? Okay. All those in favor of Article 7? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 7 passes in the amount written. Article 8, shall the district be authorized to expend $2,065,583 for transportation and buses?
I move the article as written.
Second.
This article provides funding for all student transportation to and from school, including special needs students, out-of-district placements, and transportation to vocational education centers. This warrant article has an increase of $96,846, or 4.92% from the prior school year due to salary and benefit increases for drivers.
Thank you. Any other comments on Article 8? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 8 passes as written. Article 9, shall the district be authorized to expend $3,548,233 for facilities maintenance?
I move the article as written.
Second.
This article provides funding for the maintenance and operation of all school buildings and grounds, including custodial services, building repairs, utilities, insurance, building security, and minor construction projects. This warrant article saw a decrease of $168,685 from the prior year. The decrease in the facilities maintenance can be attributed to the planned payoff of some of the district's one-off leases in 2022.
Thank you. Is there any other comment on Article 9? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 9 passes as written. Article 10, shall the district be authorized to expend $0 for debt service and other commitments?
I move the article as written.
Second.
This article provides for debt service on outstanding bonds. The school board does not have any long-term bonds outstanding, therefore this article is $0.
Okay, guessing this isn't a contentious one, so is there any other comment on this? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. All opposed? Okay, Article 10 passes as written. Article 11, shall the district be authorized to expend $85,500 for all other expenditures?
I move the article as written.
Second.
This article provides funding for the school board contingency fund. Amounts budgeted in this article are to cover the food service program deficit and a board contingency fund for a total of $85,500.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on Article 11? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 11 passes as written. Okay, the next two articles are revenue articles. Article 12, shall the district appropriate $25,002,874 for the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act? And shall the district raise and assess $12,688,174 as the municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, in accordance with the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20A, Section 15688. And below that is some numbers in two columns. On the left-hand side is the appropriation allocated to each town, totaling $25,002,874. On the right-hand side is the amount that each community must raise, must be assessed to, for the RSU to be eligible for state subsidy. And those amounts total $12,688,174. There's a statutory explanation written in the warrant right below that. I won't read that unless somebody would like me to. And don't be shy if you want me to. Okay, I'm not going to read it. Is there a motion?
I move the article as written.
Second.
Any comments on Article 12? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 12 passes as written. Article 13. So by law, this article requires a written ballot. I think when you checked in with your clerk, you got a little yes/no ballot for Article 13. And, well, we'll talk about voting after we read the article and discuss it. So, Article 13. Shall the district raise and appropriate $6,604,566 in additional local funds, which exceeds the state's essential programs and services allocation model by $6,569,067, as required to fund the budget recommended by the school board. The school board, these bullets listed on the warrant is the reasons why the school board is exceeding the essential programs and services funding model. And again, there's a explanation, a statutory explanation down here that I won't read unless somebody would like me to. Is there a motion?
I move the article as written.
I second.
Is there any discussion on Article 13? Okay. Seeing none, we're going to vote on this. So I'm going to ask everyone to fill out your ballot and bring it down and put it in one of these ballot boxes down here. You don't have to fold your ballot, but you can if you like. Makes it easier to count if you don't fold them. So we're going to be in a little recess while everybody gets up and votes. Don't be shy. Oh, do we do it differently here? Do you bring the ballot boxes to the voters? My apologies. Stay seated. The world is going to come to you. And will someone come up here to get the board's votes?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anybody who hasn't had an opportunity to vote? Okay, we're going to close the polls and I'll ask the ballot clerks to count the ballots. Okay, so we have the results, and ballot clerks have the ballots. Elaine, if I can have you after the meeting, pick up the ballots and keep them, that'd be great. So the results are 64 in favor and 3 opposed. So Article 13 passes as written. Article 14, shall the district authorize the school board to expend $34,306,152 for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2022 and ending June 30, 2023, from the district's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, from non-state funded school construction projects, from additional local funds for school purposes under the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20A, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of schools.
I move the article as read.
Second.
Is there any discussion on Article 14? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 14 passes as written. Article 15, shall the district appropriate $250,785 for adult education and raise $112,564 as the local share with authorization to expend any additional, incidental, or miscellaneous receipts in the interest and for the well-being of the adult education program.
I move the article as written.
I second.
Is there any discussion on Article 15? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 15 passes as written. Article 16, shall the school board be authorized to establish transportation and facilities maintenance cost center reserve funds, transfer $100,000 from available balances, and expend up to $100,000 from those reserve funds for unexpected emergency transportation fuel and heating oil costs not included in the operating budget, and to the extent these amounts are not needed for transportation fuel or heating oil, to transfer some or all of the remaining balances of those reserve funds to the capital reserve fund.
I move the article as written.
I second.
Okay, is there any discussion on Article 16? Seeing none, we'll vote. All those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 16 passes as written. So that's the end of the business for this meeting. Elaine, do you have everything you need for minutes? You're all set? Okay. So thank you everyone again for coming out and participating in this budget process. And I'll remind everyone that the budget that we adopted tonight is subject to a referendum vote, secret ballots at your local polling locations on June 14th. So don't forget to go out and vote on that date as well. At this point, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right. Meeting's adjourned. We can all go home. Thank you very much.
Thank you.